Hi, Florence. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you back to our new
Thank you.
format, bite-sized Culture Vultures.
That's right.
Lovely
What's
to
the
see
weather
you.
like in
The
England?
weather is absolutely magnificent today. Very
Okay.
sunny, a little bit of clouds scattered, but very, very, very bright. I love that.
Okay.
How's
So we
yours?
have typical British weather. It's raining and but I love it. So it's fine with me,
We
really.
probably sent that over, right, to you.
Yes, that's right. So you wanted to ask me something today.
Oh, absolutely. Because we talked about recently, and we wanted to record this because it's a really important question that sometimes people get wrong. And I wanted to know when exactly that is the case. So,
Mhm.
that very, innocent question, seemingly innocent question, where are you from?
Mm.
What, how do you react when people ask you that? What's your reaction?
Oh my God. You know, this question is, I think, the most asked question in my life. Where are you from? And whenever I answer, I'm from Hamburg, which is the city where I was born here in Germany, then the people, or most times the people say, no, where are you really from? And this is something that, well, let me say, annoys me a little bit because when I answer and I give the correct answer and the people doubt my answer and ask me where are you really from, then I think, well, but I know where I'm from, so I've answered. So why do you doubt my question?
Mhm. What what would your way of asking be? How would you ask someone where you're not sure someone is seemingly speaking the language really perfectly?
Hmm.
However, they don't look as if, let's see, the whole family tribe
Hmm.
was there forever,
Hmm.
like your family,
Hmm.
right? How
Hmm.
would you ask the question? What would
You
you
know
like
what?
people to?
Yeah, I wouldn't ask this question because I know from myself that this question is ridiculous. When someone speaks the language really fluently, there's no need for me to ask this question, where are you from? Or even if I asked, what I never do, and the person gives me an answer, why shall I pretend as if this answer is not correct? Yeah. So I
Mhm,
never ask this question. When I want to know where the roots are from, then I could ask, well, where is your family from, for
mhm,
example, or your
mhm,
ancestors, where are they from?
mhm,
But I never ask this question, where are you from?
mhm. Interesting. I always try to acknowledge and appreciate that people speak the language fluently. I would say you're
Mhm.
probably born here in this country. However, where are the roots of your family, or where are your roots? Is it long ago that they came to the country, or so? Yeah, but I imagine it's, yeah, if you have been asked that question so often and very often, maybe in a way that's not appropriate, I can imagine that you react a little bit defensive already to
Yeah,
it.
well, as I know what the people want to know, yeah,
Mhm.
I take it just in a way that sometimes I make fun out of it. Yeah. So when the people ask me where are you from, then I name all the German cities where I've lived in, and I know that the people are then a little bit well, awkwardly feeling, yeah, because they don't really want to ask, why are you black? And why do you speak German in that perfect way?
Mhm.
And yeah, so the people don't name what they really want to know,
Mhm.
right? So, and then at the end of the day, I say, well, I know what you want to know. My parents are from Nigeria and I was born in Germany and so on and so on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I consider myself as a, let's say, walking cultural awareness coaching
Mhm.
session. Yeah. But let me say, sometimes I really think, why do the people want to know this? Why is this the first question people ask me, although they do not know me? Yeah. Perhaps
Mhm.
they've just said hello and then they ask, where are you from? Yeah. So
Mhm.
is this really the first question that people should ask? Or wouldn't it be better to first of all try to know the person a little bit better And then after a while, you can say, oh, well, I'm curious, where's your family from? I can hear that you speak German fluently, but your parents, have they also lived in Germany for their whole life, or where are they from? Or so, yeah. But this shouldn't be the first question. Where are you from?
I can only speak from my experience. I think it's something interesting. It's really something that I'm curious to know.
Okay.
If people are obviously do have their roots somewhere else, you obviously have your roots somewhere else, not in
But
Germany.
what does it mean, obviously? That's also a question that I always ask myself. I mean, we have, for example, my son, he's also black. He has never been to Nigeria, never. Yeah. He was born here in Germany. And when someone asked him, where are you from? His father is white, so he's not as black as I am. But when he's asked, where are you from? Then he says, from Heidelberg. Yeah. So where do you want me to be from? Yeah. So what you see is not always what's the truth. And he would have to answer, well, my mom's parents are from Nigeria. And you can't expect someone to just open up to the biography to a stranger.
And lay his whole history bare. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So
Maybe
how is it in England? You live in England. Do you hear this question often? Or do you ask the question very often?
I do ask a question because I'm genuinely interested and I get asked the question. I get asked the question as soon as people realize I have an accent.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start to wonder, where's the accent from? And
Mm-hmm.
um, for me, the question, let me say it like this. I think I don't have negative experiences with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say, what would you guess with my
Mm-hmm.
accent? I
Mm-hmm.
get all sorts of things, French, Polish. Funny enough, people sometimes can't. Austrian I rarely get. If I get something German language related, then it would be, are you from Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Because people detect that little bit of the rhythm in the way I speak, maybe, or the accent.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think because I never have an or never, no, I can't remember that I have a negative experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably lots of black people in many countries had,
Mm-hmm.
always with that other idea of maybe we don't want you here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the othering. It's a difference. When I'm abroad, I stayed for a very long time in China. And when people there ask me, where are you from? Then it's no big deal for me because I'm not from China. Yeah. But if I spoke Mandarin fluently, then, and
Hmm.
perhaps if I was born in Shanghai, for example,
Hmm.
then I would also think, don't ask me. I mean, I was born here. I don't know anything else. Yeah. So for me, it's a difference whether I'm a tourist somewhere. Then, of course, you can ask me where I'm from because I'm not from that place.
Hmm.
But as I was born in Germany, I was raised by a white mother. I speak German fluently. The culture is in my body. That's why I don't want to be asked, where are you from?
Hmm.
Or I can be asked, but I don't want the people to doubt my answer.
Yeah.
You see the
All right.
difference?
So it's the how in asking and not the what. So the question itself is the way it's asked, right? And
Yes,
yeah.
and if you don't accept my answer,
Mhm. So the listening
that's
part
it.
as well. Yeah, listening how you say it and what you say. And then maybe also observing whether you're comfortable with the question in general. Because
Yes,
maybe in your
or
body
just
language,
I
people would,
always say accept the answer. You
yeah,
can ask, but accept the answer.
all right.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
something that I
It's
would
a
like
tricky one.
people to
Yeah.
to to hear, to know. Yeah.
Mhm. So, what's a complete no-no that you would not like people to ask?
Oh, well,
The way, I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you relate it to this question, where are you from? It's not that I don't want the people to ask. I mean, it's not necessary to ask. when you meet someone after some seconds, yeah, that you ask this question. But I wouldn't say never ask this question. What I would say is accept the answer.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that
Mm-hmm.
I want the people to know.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But would be interesting to hear what others say to that.
True. Let's see who we can find
Right.
and ask them. All right. And ask them how they react to the question.
Yeah.
Love that.
Perhaps
Okay.
the people will write it in the comments. And of course, we will be happy if we get likes, comments, and if the people subscribe our channel.
Your channel, right?
Well, let's say our.
All right.
Yeah.
Lovely to speak to you, Florence.
Yes.
Looking forward to see you very soon for our next question, our next topic. What you like, what not to do, what to be careful with. And yeah, have a lovely day ahead.
You
See you
too.
soon.
You too. And thanks for sharing your experience that you make in England. That's also for me very interesting.
Thank you very much. Have a good day,
So,
guys.
bye-bye to you.
Bye.